Hello, Lovebugs. It's me, Loverly. Today we're back with a kind of unusual little video I really wanted to do. And following me around, I wanted to show off my old Neopets account. So if you don't know what Neopets is, it was this awesome online little website for kids back in the 90s. And as a 90s kid, I spent like almost every day after school playing on this website for a while. You know, that and The Sims. Of course, I played starting from Sims 1 all through all the different Sims games. So when I wasn't doing The Sims, I was playing Neopets. And yeah, so basically I started playing Neopets when I was in Girl Scouts. A friend of mine introduced me to Neopets for the first time. I made a little throwaway account. I don't even remember what it was called at the time. And then I made this account. So this is the account that I stayed with. It was called Sweet Tooth Fairy. And I was so proud of myself. This fairy is spelled the way a lot of the things on the website are spelled, because it's the European way of spelling it. I think it's what do they call that? It's like British way of writing. So that's how you spell it, fairy, on the website. But anyway, I thought I was so clever when I was little. I was like, I'm a sweet tooth and then I'm a tooth fairy. Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm just gonna real quick put this password in. So it's been a little while since I've logged in. So let me try this one. Oh, wrong password. Okay. So this is good to show off too, because this is on this page. It's like, oh, invalid. You and then like they show little Neopet that is your Neopet, and surprise, my Neopet was named Loverly, and she's angry because she thinks someone's hacking into the account, but it's just me forgetting my password. Let me try this one. Yeah, so I wanted to do this because I was really proud of everything that I was able to accomplish on this website. Like, nowhere near what other people have been able to accomplish, by the way. Was not that talented to like win a bunch of trophies and stuff on the site, but I did spend a lot of my time here, mostly, honestly, in the community, on the Neo boards. So I wasted a lot of my time here, quote unquote wasted, by just talking to a bunch of people and having fun on there. And also there was this time where, so this is a good time to talk about how this is like the updated quote unquote version of Neopets. I actually was playing Neopets during the time that they had switched it from the old account, which I wonder if I should look up what it used to look like. But anyway, if you know what I'm talking about, then you're a Neopets fan. And from the old account, and then this is the new account, like the new layout, the new look to Neopets. And this is sort of what it stayed at. So, but yeah, anyway, jumping right in here, this is what you see when you first log in all the time. By the way, this Neo Standard Time, that's the clock that everyone uses, and it's actually the same time that I have. So I'm lucky where I live in the time zone. You know, I live in California, so the time zone that Neo Standard Time was based on. So I never really had to look up here. I always just know what time it was, because a lot of things on the website are like time based. But anyway, if you're watching this video, you probably know all that. So let's just jump into talking about what I have on my account. So you first see this little background, all the pink and red and stuff, and the cute hearts and stuff. That's so Loverly. That's so me. Love Valentine's Day stuff. You know, pinks and reds and so cute stuff like this. But this is actually not the normal layout look. Like, I don't even know what I think it's just like a goldenrod color. But yeah, you actually earn these throughout the site. When you do something, you unlock it. So I have about 4 different layouts, but this one's obviously my favorite. You get it by, I think, sending something that's like really expensive, because there's this whole Neo point system. So it was like a really expensive little Valentine on Valentine's Day is, I think, how you get this little background. But yeah, it's been so long, I don't remember exactly. Anyway, they even had like these special things. So this is like my mail. So apparently I had a Trudy surprise. I don't really know what that is. Let's see. Trudy surprise is something that like happened right as I was sort of exiting. Yeah, there's this little spin game where you play it and then well, I mean, I said right as I was exiting. I've returned to Neopets occasionally, but I just don't play it like I totally used to. Yeah, so I got 1,500 Neo points just for spinning that little wheel today. And yeah, let's see. So this is my, when you click up here on your username, it takes you to your user lookup. And for the time, it was really cool because, I mean, Neopets taught me coding, basically, because you got to set this entire thing. Let's, by the way, this quick look at this. This is my user lookup. This is 100% customizable. Well, I mean, you can't say bad words or something, you know, that there are filters, but basically it was, for the time, super cool that it was like so customizable. And by the way, these are little, this is a little item in the game. They're little tooths, but they're little candies, so I thought that was perfect for my website. This is where you can get the code, like if you play Neopets still or something, like this whole layout I didn't do all my own coding from this, but I learned how to read coding, and I've done other websites and things, you know, Neopets taught me coding. But this code credit goes to the Tines, Tines, so if you want this layout, you can check that out. But anyway, up here it shows my portfolio, which is funny. We'll click these links after I go over this, but my portfolio, my Avi list, which is avatars and these little secret avatars, which it doesn't show, like, again, this is like very adjusted, so it doesn't show what normally shows there. There's usually like images above each one of these, but yeah, a secret avatar is what you use on the Neo boards. And I have a fostering site account for, there's this whole system where you could, you know, give up your Neopets. They're all sad right now because they are currently starving because I haven't been logged in for so long. I haven't taken care of them. But anyway, there's, yeah, and so this side is also the same way of like a bunch of pets that I meant to, you know, find a good home for. And then a chat side, which is just another side account that I use primarily for talking on the Neo boards. And my sister's account, actually, because I got her into Neopets as well. And the code. So yeah, anyway, this is my name, by the way. Surprise. My name's Shay. And yeah, and it just says a little blurb. So this was the last time I wrote this. Yeah, when I finished my design major. So the last time I logged into this website was like 3 years ago. So I'm a senior citizen Neopian returning from a long absence, so I was gone before, you know, while in college too, and enjoying rediscovering this fun world all over again. I love anything and everything fairy. I just finished my design major and I'm obsessed with the decades of the 1950s. Feel free to Neo mail, which is like email on this website, me anytime, or you can Neo friend me on my main if we've played or spoken during or played on Key Quest together. So Key Quest was this awesome game that no longer really functions on the website last I checked. When I was leaving, that was another reason, was because that was like my favorite game to play for Neo points and prizes and stuff. And it just broke when they were switching people, like Catcom, I think they called it. I don't know. There was this one company that traded the whole website. They had to move servers because they traded the parent company. But anyway, and these are my little stats, outdated, 194 as of writing that, actually 197 avatars I collected. My gallery size, let's see, 92. So this is way out of, it's like, it's funny because I'm like, I put these here, but it's like, they're right here. My gallery size was 65 out of 250 was the goal that I was trying to work towards. Same with my shop size. That stayed the same. 55 out of 100 was my little goals I was trying to set for myself. Because each time you update these sizes of the shops, it takes a lot of Neo points each time you do it. It gets exponentially more expensive to the bigger you build your galleries and shops. And there are people who have like 1,000 shop size, which is just insane to me. But those are my little goals of like, yeah, I'll be happy when I stop here, you know. And then a bunch of other little goals, like I wanted to buy a royal paintbrush at the Hidden Tower. There's this thing called 3% discount day. It gave you a little bit of a discount. And also make $1 million sale on the stock market. So some of these I think I had completed. The stock market was very interesting. I should check my stocks today. I have not checked those in years. Hit 10 million in the bank for the Ultimate Riches account. So that was the highest account you could have in the little bank that you have. Then I wanted to get a Fairyland Collector's Avi. Oh yeah, so the Fairyland Collector, this is the collector avatars were like the hardest ones, I think, because they were stamp collecting avatars. So you can see I have 106 stamps, but there were like each stamp collection there's a very extra rare one that if you get that one, like, you complete the collection, but they're like each one is over 1 million at least. More like probably right now, probably 6 million or 10 million, something crazy. Hit 10 million in the bank for the Ultimate Riches. Yeah, so again, that's how much, like, I don't even have that in the bank. That was a goal, just to get 10 million Neo points. Which again, returning probably the inflation that happens on this account means that whatever I have is just like pennies, you know, worth nothing right now. Get the Fairyland Collector Avi, yeah, and then feed my first Cadodian at the Cadotery. So that was another little fun little game activity that you could do where you buy food on the website, and instead of feeding it to your Neopets, you could feed it to these little things called Cadotes, which look kind of like little cat creatures. They're really cute. Anyway, my name is Shay. I'm female. I'm from the United States. I'm currently online. That's why it says that. Last spotted, it says under 1 day ago, because I'm currently I'm logged into my account. This would have been like a long time ago had I not just logged in. And then I started playing. This is the fun part. So I remembered randomly, very randomly, like, oh yeah, I think my Neo anniversary is May 19th. So as you can see right here, May 19th. Oops. May 19th is today, Avi. And, yeah, it's almost 10 a.m., by the way. And yeah, so that was 12 years ago I made this account today. So it's my 12-year anniversary on Neopets, which I think is awesome. Then there's all these little things down here too, for basically when someone visits your user lookup, they can see what trades you have, what auctions you have, what's in your wish list. They can Neo mail you or Neo friend you. Yeah, and again, these are like, if I click all these little cursor things, by the way, I wish I had a better cursor. I thought I installed a better one on here, but anyway, yeah, and this little badge, by the way, this is blocking what normally would be here. It would normally be like, yay, you got 12 years today. I don't really know how to remove this without destroying the rest of it, so I won't. But yeah, I think, get a new badge for 12 years. I'm not sure. I know there's one for 10 years, which are some of my other accounts just clocked over to 10 years. Some of my sides there. But anyway, my secret avatars, 197. So that was a lot. I have, like I said, I have this Avi list of ones I do have, I think. I don't know. And all the stamps I have, the site theme. So this is what I was saying. I have currently one, well, you saw it last over there, because this theme also takes away like all the sidebar and top bars. But yeah, my site theme, I have 5 different ones. I did actually even buy and invest my own real money in KeyQuest stuff. You used to be able to buy these little Neopet plushies, which were like plushies of these little cute Neopets down here. And I had like 6 different ones that gave you different tokens, and they would come with like a super rare item as well. And then my Neo deck, didn't do any of that, didn't do that. This right here, Battle Dome, was a big part of Neopets. Never did Battle Dome. Never did it. So yeah, my shop, my gallery. So I'm just gonna pull open some of these tabs. But yeah, right here, These are my little Neopets. They're all sad. They're all dying. But as you can see, I definitely played favorites. Loverly is obviously my very, very favorite Neopet. She's the Neopet I've had the longest. She's the Neopet I leveled up the most. Right now she is currently a royal uni. Yes, so I did paint her royal, but I've decorated her with a bunch of other stuff. So, because you can do this cool thing where you customize them and you have like all these wearable things. She's angry at me, but yeah, Zay gave her like all these like extra stuff all around her. But yeah, so got all these stats. She has a highest fishing level too, which is just a little side thing you could do, a daily kind of thing. You could go to this fishing place and fish. She also has this cute Neopet, and I named it Ribbon, the fairy bola. And I've had this Neopet for almost as long as I've had the pet. The pet as almost as long as the Neopet. Yeah, I actually won this thing. Oh no, these are all broken. Aw. This TNO, all these were little trophies I had from, what did you call it? I forget. Because I'm not part of it. Oh, spoilers. I'm not part of it anymore. Shoot. I forget what they're called. But there were like groups, basically. Clubs. They were basically clubs. And there was this like Club TNO, which was like the Neopet Orphanage, it was called. And they had this whole website, giant website of their own. Which I can kind of show off some of the other websites I used to play alongside with this. With this series, like with this website, I mean, there are like some other websites I would go that are all based off of this website, but the TNL Orphanage, I guess, is closed down, which is really sad, because they were like this really, really big one. It was like one of these clubs you could join. I forget what they call them. It's not clubs, but I forget what they're called. Anyway, this, though, is a real site trophy that I won. It's the Pet trophy. It's the, like, they'll randomly pick a Pet type. Specifically, this one I won because they picked that week Fairy Bola, and the people who have had that Pet for the longest get the trophy, and I got a gold, which means I was one of the top people who have had that Neopet the longest when they randomly chose that one for that week, if that makes sense. Yeah, anyway, here's a little picture, and you're like, what is this thing compared to this, right? This is a royal uni, and this is what Loverly actually was when I first adopted her. I adopted her from the Neopets Orphanage, from this lovely girl named Stacy. And at the time I adopted her, she was actually a fairy Kiko, which is what this is. This is my really crude drawing of the fairy Kiko. But the way you do adoptions, especially through TNO, was that you would try to show how much you wanted that Neopet for the person who currently owned the Neopet, for their consideration to give you that Neopet through the adoption, or through the orphanage function of the website. You could go, where is it? You would go to Pound. You would go to the Pound and go to adopt them. Now it's a lot safer, because I think back then there was a chance that someone else in that split second that you meet up and say, hey, I'm going to drop them off, you pick them up. There was now there's like a safe transfer where you will be able to, without any risk of someone else stealing, quote unquote, your pet, you can just safely transfer from one account to the other. That used to not be a thing. You used to have to actually abandon your pet for a split second and then have someone else come and pick it up. Or you could just flat out abandon them, but that's sad. But anyway, yeah, so what I did was, the reason why I have the reason why I drew this, and the reason why I myself refer to myself as Loverly now, is because at the time, so, I didn't make this name. This was the name that I adopted because of this pet that I adopted from this website. So, fun Easter egg fact there. And yeah, it was because, so there's a number of ways you can show how dedicated you are to wanting to get this pet, but the major way that you would do that is making a pretty lookup for them. So, well, you couldn't do that if you didn't own them, but there are things associated with their website. So, like I said, back here on my user lookup at the top here, my Avi wish list. If you see that, oh, wrong one, actually. It was my portfolio one that I placed here instead. I actually don't have it. This, by the way, was a little page of stuff I made. But right here, it's Neopets, whatever this little thingy is called, Loverly. So you would make basically each Neopet that you own on Neopets allows you to have a completely customizable website. Again, as long as it's not profane or inappropriate in any way, you can pretty much customize it however you want with HTML. And at the time, I had never heard of HTML, so I taught myself HTML. And this is where, I studied graphic design in college and design because of this, because I learned all this stuff when I was little, when I was a kid. So yeah, basically, these are little samples, by the way. So unfortunately, I don't have the original website. I wish I did keep it, but I had made this whole website, including with this image, all about why I wanted to adopt Loverly, how I, ended up, I even made another account for Loverly because the account was open. There, instead of Sweet Tooth Fairy, I made a side account called Loverly, and made that all about her. And I went above and beyond what most people expect, which is just a Neopets page. Obviously not of them, not on there, because you can't edit them if they're not your pet, but a different pet. That you can dedicate to, I forget what they call them, but, an adoption page, I guess, is what they call them. But yeah, anyway, now I have this little thing, and this, I didn't draw this graphic. This graphic I got somewhere, but I obviously, edited it a bit to have it say Sweet Tooth Fairy all around the edges. And then this is just, this is basic, right? But these are just little samples of a little magazine I was trying to make. So a magazine cover for TNO as a project. And then this one was just another little magazine. This is completely irrelevant, but at the time, so as you can see, you can pinpoint when I made this because that was very relevant at the time. This was actually a little drawing I made of the character. So unfortunately I don't have my other drawing I made of this character, but this character was supposed to be me, Sweet Tooth Fairy. And it's funny because she actually reminds me now, looking at her, a lot like Princess Bubblegum. But yeah, at the time I was trying to draw this whole little character because one of the goals I had always wanted to do on this website, and I never ever got to do, unfortunately, was enter what's called a comic contest. Neopets has this extensive, amazing culture, where they put out this newspaper every week, and you would be able to write articles for it. You would be able to draw and produce comics for it, which is what I wanted to do. I never really wanted to do the writing, and then there were a few other things. The main thing was that there was a question and answer thing about learning how to do the website. I forget what they called that too. Forgetting all these Neopets terms. But yeah, anyway, so this character was what I drew as trying to get into making comics, but I never really did it. But yeah, this was going to be my character interacting with all the different, all my pets, especially Loverly. And this, here you go, another flashback from the past. This was something I made. Look at it. It's so stupid. It's a clarinet with colorful scribbles all around either side. And if you recognize these words, it's hard to read because it's a weird font, but this was from, what do you call it? I was going to say Facebook, and it's MySpace. This was from MySpace way back in the day when MySpace was like super popular and before Facebook was a thing. So I had made this for my friend because she plays clarinet in, she was playing clarinet in our band. So I just was like, oh, you like clarinets? Let me make this random stupid thing for you. And I was so proud of it that I put it on a quote-unquote portfolio of my work. And then this right here was actually a photograph, one of my favorite photographs I ever took, which was like a close-up of this bee and this pretty perfect flower and like a green leaf behind. So like I really was proud of like this composition of my photography, which obviously I had a lot of other photography I did, but this is one of my favorites. And then this was another drawing I did where I had to draw like a still life and I just drew one of my shoes. But I was really proud of like the cartoon style that I ended up with. So yeah, these are just like a really small sampling. Obviously, none of this stuff, by the way, I would ever put, well, okay, maybe these two things, but like all this obviously at the top would not put in like a real portfolio today. But anyway, I have like way too much college work. Even these are like, meh, they're okay. But like the resolution of this is like sucky. And this one's probably, I don't have like a good resolution size either. But it's a good drawing. I still like that one. Anyway, yeah. So that was that. And then, by the way, if you've made it to 26 minutes and almost 27 minutes in, congratulations, you are awesome. Yeah, I'm just making this video. I don't really expect anybody to watch it. And I'm saying something because like a lot of my other videos don't get any views either. But like this, I just wanted to make this video. I should have said this in like the very beginning. I should have prefaced it, but I forgot to mention. The whole reason I really wanted to make this, not just because it's my 12th anniversary of having made this account, my main account here, but it's also because, sadly, there's a lot of talk lately about all these old websites shutting down. All these, especially websites for little kids. So, like, luckily, I never did, what do you call it? I'm already forgetting, Club Penguin. I never did Club Penguin. Blah, that's a mouthful. I never, ever played Club Penguin, but I have some friends who did, and they were like really actually pretty devastated that their whole website like just closed, just deleted. Everything was gone, and they had no record of what they had done on that website and all the time they put into it and stuff. So especially for a website like this, Neopets, where it's just like not really a thing anymore, but luckily, hopefully it's still a thing to a brand new generation, but obviously most of the people who used to play Neopets have kind of moved on. They've grown up. It was definitely a relic of the 90s, and I'm happy that it's still here. Like, I'm happy I can look 12 years later and be like, oh my gosh, this was something from my childhood. But yeah, again, this is like right in the middle of the of the video. This is how professional I'm being. Like, I didn't think to say this earlier, but yeah, the main reason I'm recording this is so that I can go look back, 30 or 50 years from now, hopefully YouTube, cross our fingers, hope to die, hopefully YouTube will still be around that far into the future, so I can watch this video and be like, yeah, so because you just never know. But anyway, this little last section here is called Games and Trophies. This is the number of games I played. Over 250, I think, was one of the avatars, and that you earned by completing that. And then these are just little site trophies. So obviously not a lot here. These even are just like always on everyone news, I think. I'm pretty sure. At least this, which never really took off. I don't really know why it's here. So obviously, like, I was pretty bad at earning actual site trophies. Like, everyone else was so much better at playing games than I was, for, like, high scores and stuff. But I was able to, the only gold trophy I actually won for playing, like, a game was this game called Cheat. So make what you will out of that. And then I got a 3rd place in Go 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 and a 3rd place at the random contest. And this is my most prized little trophy I got, because you don't only get trophies for playing, like, the Flash games that were a big part of this website, or even the ones that weren't Flash. I think that one wasn't Flash. It was just like a car game. I don't know. Anyway, the Flash games I never won, I guess. So these were, like, not Flash, but they were games. This was actually a contest. So just like how if you submitted comics and you would get a trophy every time you were published in the Neopian Times newspaper, the weekly newspaper, you would also be able to enter some contests. And the random contest, sadly, the very last time I, was doing anything on this website was just when they had just done the very last random contest ever. So I was very happy that I was able to actually get the do the random contest, because I was able to get the secret avatar associated with it. And that's now a retired avatar. Like, no one else can ever have it. Once, you just had to be around when the random contest was happening. And the random contest was cool because it was an arts and crafts thing. It was, make something. So every week, the random contest would give us a random new, that's why they called it random contest, it would give you a random new creative project to do outside of the website. So sometimes it would be a writing contest, like write a poem, write a short story. So that was part of it, which, not as fun because you could submit stuff constantly to the, Neopian Times if you were big on writing. But my favorite random contests were the ones where they were like, make this random arts and craft project, make this Neopet, make this scene, recreate the scene in claymation. I don't know. There was every week was different. And luckily, I think if we clicked on this, nah, dang it. I was going to say it would take us to, hopefully it's still on the website, where it chronologically shows, like, what prompt it was that week and what people actually submitted to win. And so I only got 3rd place. I had really hoped I would win a 1st place once, because you could win the random contest multiple times, just like you could get, times however many times you got published in the Neopian Times. But yeah, this one was my absolute favorite trophy I ever won. Obviously didn't spend too much time on trophies. These were just little site events that I participated in. So, level 1, like, bronze medal, like, did not really get much into the site events, unfortunately. I missed some of, like, the really great events. Like, they would do these big site-wide things where you would have prompts to follow, and it was like this plot, like, storyline you'd get to follow, and it was pretty amazing, I have to say. But I unfortunately missed out on a lot of them because I, like, just wasn't around when they were doing the really fun ones. Like, there was a fairy one, or there were a couple fairy ones and stuff. Yeah, so I only did a few. I'm not going to go into them because I honestly don't even really remember all of them. But, yeah. Anyway, let me click on some of my Neopets. So you saw, yeah, this is Loverly's, by the way. So let's just go back to her. So I'm happy I put this here too, because I would have forgotten all these dates. But I'm happy I put, like, the important dates on here. So she was adopted from Stacy as a fairy Kiko on June 15th, 2006. She was zapped. So I did do I did do something bad where I said I'd never change her, and then I, obviously, 2 years later, I changed my mind and was like, I'm going to start zapping her to make her something better. Yeah. Oh, see, I don't have the when she was painted royal either, which must have been a few years ago, probably 2014. Yeah, 2014. Anyway, so let's see. But anyway, zapping was this like unlockable thing. You had to collect a bunch of map pieces, which are all super a lot of Neopoints, or you could randomly find them, but that was very, very rare. So most of the time, you just have to buy them from other Neopians who found them at like really crazy prices. And the whole thing to get like the zapper thing, which I should show off if you don't know what that is, but it's where it would let you quote unquote zap with a special ray. You know, they had this cute little picture to depict it. One of your Neopets. And it had the chance of changing their color and their species and even their gender and a lot of other things. But so she was zapped into what it's hard to read here, as she was a speckled Kiko. So I had accidentally, I think, zapped her the first time. And I was like, oh my god. And then she changed into speckled. And I was like, not happy about that. So that was March 15th, 2008. And that's why then I morphed her into the speckled uni, because I thought at least the uni was cuter. So I had to save up for a little bit for that morphing potion. But that was September 1st, 2008. And then her fairy bola ribbon. Okay, so this is when her fairy bola was painted fairy. Although I'm pretty sure at one point Loverly was also a fairy. And then I turned her royal. But yeah, anyway. So that's Loverly, the most important Neopet. I know I shouldn't have played favorites, but you know, I did, obviously. And then I made this little guy, this cutie patootie. This is Gorjubi. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I used to pronounce it. Gorjubi. Gorjubi. Yeah. Anyway. And Gorjubi is, I think it was French or Swedish or something for strawberry. So I wanted a strawberry pet. Like I wanted to do like all these different food pets, but strawberry is one of my favorite fruits, so I wanted to have a little strawberry jub that looked just like a little strawberry. It's hard to see underneath this, but that looks, you know, they're like little strawberry person. Yeah, the stats aren't as impressive as these ones are. So, and then Free Note, I think I adopted from the Pound, because you could go into the Pound and just take Neopets that were abandoned, that were quote unquote undesirable because they weren't painted any fancy colors, or they weren't a rare species like the sea bunny here. So I just got, like, this is like the newest type of, I don't even know how to pronounce that, Vandegree. A Vandegree. That was like the newest released Neopet. Everyone's like, oh, they're so awesome, but I don't know. They ended up not being very popular. But I don't even think they started off as this. I think Free Note was just some other, you know, one of the quote unquote less desirable Neopets, and I was zapping Free Note, and the Free Note just didn't turn anything to any special painted anything really, just a standard yellow. And same with this Banani. By the way, all these Neopet names are, if you can tell, unique. They have to be unique names, so no other Neopet in the history of Neopets has this name. But yeah. Also, so Banani, let's see. Free Note. So, oh yeah. Free Note has this little pet that, so there's also a pet ray that you can zap. So I got a gold Meepit, and I named it Midas, because unlike the actual Neopets, the pets can be any name you want. It can be Bob, you know. It doesn't have to be a unique name. Yeah. Oh yeah. UFA is up for adoption. So yeah. Free Note, I think, was the pet I was currently zapping, and I only had the Labray on my main, so I couldn't zap on my side accounts. Because there are rules on this website where you could only do certain things only on your main account, because each person was only supposed to really have one account to like get all the prizes and stuff. So you couldn't do certain things on other websites. I think the Labray was an exception. You'd have to repurchase the $1 million maps in order to have it on a different account. Each account had to be unlocked separately, so I just only had it on my main. Same with the Pet Labray. So Grave Danger was a little one of those dailies I was talking about too. And Banani, that's what apparently had a pile of soot, but that pile of soot I sent on an adventure, so you can't see them. But yeah, so these were my main Neopets. And so back up here, so we already looked at portfolio. So this was the wish list on Gorgebee's pet lookup website. Not pet lookup, that's what we were just looking at, but their website. So it says I needed 167 more to finish my list. And I'm pretty sure all of these ones are the ones that I had. No, these are the ones I still need, because I don't have any of these stamp collector ones. But I'm shocked, because I thought I had some of these. Like, I thought I at least had this one. I thought I had this one. I thought I had this one for sure. But apparently I don't. Thought I had this one. Yeah. But these are all the ones I still needed to complete my collection. This one is super easy to get, but it has to be your active one in order to have it, which is kind of stupid. So each one of these have different things that you need to do in order to win it. Like, some of these are just like get a certain score in a game. So Ice Cream Machine was a fun game that I used to play all the time, but I was nowhere near good enough to actually win an avatar. I obviously, like I said, didn't get any trophies, so didn't get any of the game Avies either. This was that Cadody, so that's what that Cadody looks like. You got this for feeding X number of Cadodes. I don't remember the number. Yeah, Neopian Times, that's what you got when you won anything that ever was published in the Neopian Times. So again, that was one of those things that I wish I had done, but I just never did. Yeah, these are all the ones I don't have. Like I said, all the stamp ones are super crazy rare. Really hard to get. I thought I got this one too. Maybe I just haven't updated this page, because I think some of them, like I said, I had gotten a few more after the fact. From here to there. But anyway, these are, am I able to click on this? Secret avatars. Forget how I actually look at my secret avatars. I don't know, maybe because of the weird coding, I'm not able to look at them, but, let's see. Oh, apparently, my shop has sold out of everything except these two items. Interesting. Well, that means I have a lot of Neopoints available. That's good. This, however, is a gallery. So unlike the shop where you sell things to other users on the website, there was the gallery, and the gallery, you could kind of just display whatever you wanted. View as guest, yeah. So you can edit it, but you also want to be able to view it. So my gallery was all things fairy related. And again, nowhere near the crazy amount of fairy items that were available to purchase in this game. There's my little fairy Kiko plush. By the way, I had bought that for Loverly. So that was one of the things I put on the Loverly website when I was trying to adopt Loverly, was I was like, see, I even bought a plush that looks exactly like her. Kind of like those old American Girl dolls, you know, where you have a doll that looks exactly like you. But yeah. So these are all just, you know, I'm not going to go into detail of every single one, but basically these were all of the items. I think I'm viewing all items, right? Oh, yes, guess. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, these were all the items that I collected that were fairy. There were probably 100 times as many as I was able to get. But here's all of them. You can kind of pause if you want to, if you're interested in any of them. But yeah, just a lot of fun stuff. So I had split them into categories too. Like there's books, there's food, there's school supplies. You know, there's plushies and there's dolls. I didn't get like any of the dolls. This is, I think, the only doll I was able to manage to get because they were also super rare and expensive. But I got lots of candy, lots of food, lots of books and school supplies, things like that. And then toys was another category I made. Oh, I had a hexed illusion doll too. Cool. So yeah, there are all these fairy characters that a lot of these are based off of. So there's a space fairy, the illusion. There was the queen, which is what all of these things are based on. There's let's see. So I have all like this furniture, which I also put it in my Neo home. So we should go look at my Neo home too. Dark Fairy Dreams, handmade plushie. Okay, so I have more plushies than I thought I did. Space Sword. Yeah, just going through this really fast. Battle Fairy plush too. Okay, I had more than I remembered. And there's a Gray Fairy. There's a Battle Fairy. Yeah. The Water Fairy, Fire Fairy. Yeah, there's my Tooth Fairy dental care. So Tooth Fairy was obviously part of my name, so I like the Tooth Fairy the most. I think that was my main too. My main avatar that I had set was the Tooth Fairy one, because that was like just a completely random event that this Tooth Fairy would show up and it would just pop up on your screen when you were just playing random games or doing whatever on the website. It was a very 100% random chance that you would get that avatar. So that was also why I super loved that avatar. Yeah, so just go through this a little faster here. Books and yeah, I just love all the fairy items because they're all so magical looking. Like, that was what I loved about this website, was that when I was little, one of the things I wished, like I wanted to do, was actually draw the items that became these official in-game items, because they had such a cute little cartoon style to them, but they were also, you know, they were obviously drawn with like such love to me, you know. Yeah, they were just like so cute. So anyway, fairy snow globe. Oh yeah, see, very few fairy stamps. I think I want to say I put them in the gallery versus in my album, honestly. But as you can see, there's like a lot of different. So there's a lot of items that you'd want that are super rare that are like, oh, and also you want two of them because you want one to display in a gallery, and then you want the other one to actually be in your stamp book or something like that. So, you know, there was definitely, or the Neo home, where it's like you have the furniture in your gallery, but then you also obviously want it in your Neo home. And I had the old-fashioned Neo home too. So let me get to the end of this. So that's all the fairy items I collected in my gallery. And this is my shop, which used to be filled with all kinds of candy things. So fairy candy. But the candy shop, I think I ended up just throwing in a lot of stuff for my safety deposit box. Yeah. Anyway, so that is here. This is my item. So this is my number of Neo points. And wow, this video is going so long. So here's all the things that I had currently on hand last time I logged in. Also, I have one of these little things. So Neocache was a new thing they introduced at the Neocache Mall, where It's like points. Excuse me. I don't really know. I never really got into it. I never actually ever used like a Neocash card, which is like you spend real money on a Neocash card in order to buy like all these exclusive items. But I've been able to get things from there through special events. But I've never actually used any real money on Neopets ever. And there is even Neopets Prime. And and being an adult now, I'm like, wow, that's really actually bad that like I love this website so much but I've never put a single dollar into it. Like, and right now I think I even have ad block. Yeah. So, oops. But, I don't really want ads on my video. But yeah. Unfortunately, that's probably why Neopets has failed. But I remember I did say though that I used to buy the plushies. I really wish they had made more plushies and more merch, because I would have bought a lot of merch other than just some plushies. But anyway, so this is my items, and then from here you can look at things like what's in your closet. So when you customize your pets, those are all items that you throw into your closet. And then the safety deposit box, which is what I talked about. So there was an avatar that you could earn that have over, I think, 1,000 different items. Yeah, in your safety deposit box here. But I pretty much emptied those out, as you saw for a second. Equipment, no, I don't really have that. Shed is another kind of, I don't know, so this is the Battle Dome. Yeah, I never did Battle Dome, so I don't know anything about this. This whole page looks different to me too. So I didn't do Battle Dome, but that was another really popular thing that a lot of people did. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know how many number of actually unique items Neopets has, but I'm gonna say I think it's probably safe to say they have like over 1 million different items, hand-drawn items, you know. So let's see. Oh yeah, here's my gallery. No, we already went to the gallery, sorry. Here's my stamps. That's what I was looking for. Yeah, where's my album? There. So let's just look at my stamps real fast. Didn't get a lot of stamps, but I have some from Mystery Island. Let's see. The problem with this is that you gotta load each page. I have a few on there. I'm not gonna go into these. These are just some of like the different lands that you can go to, because there are all these different, there's a whole world backstory to Neopets. And again, if you never played it, I'm surprised you're almost an hour into it, because there's a lot that I'm not even covering. Like, there's so much to this game, this online game, that I can't even begin to like describe all of this. But these are from different worlds, and each world has like, let's see, where was I? Oh, I'm forgetting which one this is. Lost Desert. Okay. So I'm losing my place. The Battle Dome, yeah. Okay, I have a few stamps from there. But yeah, no coins. But each of these are like worlds or special events, or, you know, there's just a section literally for other. So, yeah, as you can see, this website just had so much rich storytelling and character to it. And it just kept building on itself and building on itself. So I'm really happy to see at least today. Oh, here you go. This is a special event I was talking about. Sometimes it does nothing like this. A freshly painted swamp gas Tico walks by. Ew. Alright. Hadn't seen that one before. But sometimes they'll be like, the Tooth Fairy is like, hey, I gave you this avatar. Or sometimes it's like money or a paintbrush or something really awesome like that. But yeah. So, where were we? Maracuya, Outdoor, Shinku, got a lot of them from there. No charms. I swear I have charms in my safety deposit box. Other two. These are some good categories. So here's the most important one for me. The only stamp page I ever had a goal to complete at all was the Fairyland one. Obviously, didn't get very close. These are the ultra super mega rare ones too down here. And all these other ones, probably could have bought them if I had spent, wanted to spend like literally all my Neo points. But yeah, hadn't done that because I had all these other little goals I wanted to do too. Scarabs, which are something from the Lost Desert. Moltara, which I'm guessing is from that molten place. I don't know. Maratite coins. So this is that undersea world. Don't even know what that is. Treasures of the Deep, another thing. So these are like more jewelry type stuff that you'd also find in Maracquia. Had nothing from the island. Nothing from Noveria. Oh, here we go. Multiple charms? Nope. Still don't have any charms actually in the book. You have to equip them to your book. So obviously, because you can obviously choose to sell them, choose to display them in a gallery or some other form, or put them in here. See, I don't think I have like anything from these. I don't even remember these being here, so I think they probably have all new stuff, which is good if that's the case, because that means hopefully they don't plan on closing their doors anytime soon, which I will be very happy to see, because honestly, just going through all of what I have, I'm not even playing it, makes me want to keep playing this game, like, as in, like, like I'm technically playing, quote unquote, playing, but like, as in playing games to like earn points to then purchase things. It was like this whole economy, which was really fun. So anyway, this is the closet. So when you go into customize, which we can do for Loverly here, so you didn't used to always be able to dress your pet either. Your pet used to just be a little naked little drawing of a pet, and that you could the only thing that you could do. Oh no, I might not be able to play it. See, the problem is that everything runs on Flash and like nothing really works on Flash anymore. Oh good, they show it. Okay, so that was just little instructions on how to do this. But yeah, basically the old Neopets before the whole redesign that I talked about used to be where you would just have that basic color pet that you get. So like if you can start off creating your pet. So if you had a uni, for example, you could only have the basic 4 colors of, red, yellow, blue, or green, and then you could then paint it with a paintbrush, all those other different paint colors, but you didn't get to dress it at all. And then after the redesign, they introduced this whole new thing where you could have a closet and you could have all these items that you can equip. So let's see, if I go to applied, there's a quick way to take everything off, I thought. Could be wrong. Clear? No. I don't know. I might have to remove these one by one. I bet there's a way to do it all at once, but I totally forget. Anyway, she's been wearing this for a long time, so I'm going to take these off. But see how each of these are individual items? And some of these, see how they say Royal Girl Uni Tailbow? This is something that you can only get by having painted your, by having used a paintbrush on that pet, on that specific pet. So you can't trade this, you can't sell it, it can only be attached to that pet. So the only way you get this item is by having painted them, in this case, a Royal Girl Uni, because there's also Royal Boy. It depends on the gender, the kind of items you get from them. And this was something from the Neo Cash Mall, but something that I had saved up to get with points. Same with these, I think. I can't recall. That might have been something else. But anyway, this is something that comes with the pet. But let me go back to the closet and let me see if I can find, let's see, search, because there's a lot of items. So yeah, if I do Royal Girl, this is what the Royal Girl Uni looks like. She comes with 4 different pieces of clothing and attire, and you can switch them each out, and you can do all that kind of stuff. then I kind of feel bad now. And I'm like, I should really feed these pets. But I didn't come on here to try to play dailies. I might maybe make another video about doing dailies. I don't really know. Let me know in the comments if you've gotten this far. Like I said, it's been an hour into this video. This video is probably going to go on for another half an hour at least, going into showing off all my other stuff. But if you found this interesting for some reason, if you're a huge Neopets fan, let me know if this is how you found my channel, because I don't usually cover Neopets. But, yeah, let me know if you would be interested in me actually doing a Let's Play based on Neopets, because that could be a thing. I just haven't ever seen anyone else do it, but that doesn't mean I can't do it. So anyway, yeah, so this is what your pet would look like. But then you can apply without doing that. You can just be like, okay, what's everything in my closet? And you go through and you pick what you want to actually put on your pet. And there's all these backgrounds and foregrounds. This can be a foreground, right? There's a background. And I could put that in the background if I wanted. I don't know why there would be a tree sprouting out of an arena, but you know, just as an example. So I have all these cute things. And when it's grayed out, it means it's already attached to another one of my pets. But, and there's like all these Christmassy ones that you can have. And there's also these eyeshadows that will change the look of your eyes. It doesn't match really because her eyes are not normal set. It only really works with the normal set eyes because she's angry. She has different eyes right now, but yes, there's all these different makeups you can apply. I'm gonna just make her as silly as I want. Yeah, I had the dandelions. You guys saw this. Flower crown. I don't know. There's just a lot of things you could have. I don't know why I have so many Earth Fairy shadows. Oh, I guess I think 1 March, it was because I applied one to each of my pets. That's right. So, let's see. Maybe I actually do want to make her kind of look good. Oh, that's funny. I don't know. Anyway, I could spend a long time doing this. I don't really want to actually spend that much time. So let's just finish looking at it. Let me just apply something basic like that. Heart-shaped glasses, bicycles. Yeah, I had a lot of Christmas stuff because each Christmas you would get like one new item a day for free, basically, with the Advent calendar, it was called. So that's why I have so many things like that. How much does that cover? I guess that looks better. I don't really want an apple tree though. So yeah, just like the combination of things are so amazing. Oh yeah, I already had that though. But anyway, the combination of items that you can put together are pretty much infinite, and the cool thing is that this became a new contest too, so you could submit each week, you know, your best combination of all these items, your best pet, and they could win a dress-up contest, basically, as well. I forget what exactly it was called, but it was basically called a dress-up contest. Let's apply these instead. Oh wow, those apply on top. Sometimes they replace, sometimes they just go under. I don't really know how that works, but yeah, I think that's it. Okay, that's all I had. Which again, honestly, is not that much items compared to what other people, I'm sure, have in their Neopets closets. But let's see. Let me go back to applied and take some of this some of this funny stuff off. I don't really want that hair right now. Oh my gosh, definitely don't want that. And don't want the robe, I think. Yeah, that's pretty cute. I mean, if she were smiling, it would be better. But, yeah. And then, so that's how customization works. This also shows everything in the closet this way, I think. Or everything that I didn't have attached. No, some of these items were only, can't be removed, and were only from pets that I had zapped. And for whatever reason, they don't go with that, which is really weird. I think they probably fixed that, but I have all these, like, or I had zapped them and then decided, oh, I don't want to, I want to re-zap them, and then I just end up having all these, like, random items, I think. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure this is basically everything that you just saw in the closet little app that we just used. So that's what that is. Then the safety deposit box, like, I have a bunch of these items. You can search by the type of item, but these are just all the items I had in my inventory. Some of them I got just because I thought they looked cute. Like, I always wanted a pink bike, so why not have a little drawing of a pink bike and say it's your pet's bike? Or this fun little animated rainbow slushie, because I love rainbow stuff. And I collected, obviously, like, a lot of pink stuff. I had put some furniture items in here that I had originally had or was planning to use in my Neo home, but just didn't like the placement or find a place for them. Had some cute plushies. Some people collected, like, they had some people have their entire gallery of just plushies or stuff like that. So you can make your collection out of whatever you want, really. But these are just a bunch of items. So I had a few plushies I just thought were adorable and wanted to save. Or some of the fun foods. The little Cadoti backpack. You know, this is, like, technically a school supply, and it's like, it doesn't relate to anything else that I have, but I just thought it was adorable, so why not have it? Same with that. I have a lot of those type of items. And some of these, sadly, were things that I really wanted to place in the Neo home, but for whatever reason, they were glitched, and I could not put them in the Neo home like they were intended to do. So I think that little striped toy box was one of those examples. Here's another, a plushie Kiko plushie. Another little plushie, the Tooth Story. Now this is probably a duplicate. I probably have this also in my gallery, but I'm not sure. Little music box. This is the mysterious Valentine's card I was talking about. This is what you had to send. I bought a bunch of them after the fact, but this is what you had to send on Valentine's Day in order to get this little thing. I wonder how rare these are. I think these honestly were going down in value when I bought them, which might mean that they're, like, worth, you know, half of what they used to be what I bought them at. Who knows anymore, but you can only send them on the day of Valentine's Day, which, another fun fact, if you didn't know, I posted my I'm back video when I restarted my whole YouTube channel on February 14th. That was when I restarted my whole channel. The first time I started my channel, like, the actual channel itself, I don't really remember the day. It was, like, not a special day. It was, like, a random Tuesday or something. But when I decided to come back after 3 years of being in school and neglecting my YouTube channel for 3 years, I decided to start on February 14th. So that was, 3 months ago? Yeah, I've been making videos for 3 months now, and I'm super happy, and I hope I never stop making videos. Anyway, this is a donut dining table. This, for sure, was something I was so disappointed that did not work in my Neo home, because the little matching donut chairs do work. So for some reason, the donut dining table doesn't work, but the chairs do. I don't really know how that works. But that's why it's in here, so if someday they fix it, I can place it in my Neo home. And just random things, like, I think I got this from one of the plushies that I had. I'm not sure. Some of this stuff I just don't remember even how or where I got it. I just thought that looked pretty. I think that was something that was attached to one of my Neopets I adopted or found or something. That's another awesome furniture piece. I don't know if it works or not. Just, like, I had a lot of Valentine's-y looking stuff. This seaweed drawers, I think, oh gosh, no, it's not even my Neopet I made a room in my Neo home for Loverly as well when I was trying to adopt her. And that was one of the things, because at the time, remember, she was a Kiko, and Kikos are underwater creatures, if you didn't know that. So that's why I had the seaweed drawers as part of her room. I made this whole room. I hope I didn't dismantle that room. That would be weird of me. Yeah, just a bunch of pink things. Pink, pink, pink. Cute little heart pendants and chocolate roses and strawberry things. So I wanted a strawberry snow bunny. This is a plushie of the Pet snow bunny. And I wanted a strawberry snow bunny for my Jojibi. But I don't think I ever got that. I don't even know. I don't think so. A bunch of other things. A little poster, which I think you can put in your Neo home. I don't know why some of this stuff is not. I'm surprised I have actually how much I have in this. So a lot of Valentine's heart things. Strawberry toothpaste. This for sure came with my. I have also had so these came with my plushies that I was telling you about. And this royal Unikite. I still have in a box somewhere in my closet these little plushies, but I had decided that the only plushies I wanted to collect, in real life were based off the Neopets that I had made for myself. So this was the strawberry toothpaste, came with the purchase of my strawberry Jub Jub to look like my Neopet. So go back. If you remember, this little Georgia bee is a strawberry Jub Jub. That came with the plushie of a strawberry Jub Jub. And this speckled uni pen also came with my, at the time, Loverly was a speckled uni. So I bought a speckled uni, and when I wanted to change her into a royal uni, I bought, with real live money, royal uni to use. Because the cool thing about the plushies was that it also came with that Key Quest thing, which was, like I said, a game that used to be something that I can't unfortunately show you guys, but it was like this 3D model of a game piece that would jump around a game board, basically, that you could play with everybody else in real time for the most part, which was super fun, and I played it to the max of the number of times you were allowed to play it each day, and that was all I pretty much played. But then they got rid of it, and it was super sad. And so yeah, for another reason, I was collecting some strawberry things in here, or cherry things, or pink things, or just rainbow things, and, balloon things, some chocolate things. I don't know, all, like, girly things. Just, everything in here basically is under the giant umbrella of, is it cute and girly? Then Shaylia liked it and wanted it. So yeah, plushy cherries, spring mirror, pink sandcastle, yeah, all this stuff. And here are those charms I was talking about that I just didn't put in my album. Some fun types of ice cream, heart jelly sundae, and shaved ice. Even like silly things like, who cares if you have a nail clipper? I mean, this is like, obviously it didn't cost me a lot, like maybe 1,000 Neo points at most, but like, why would I have this? But it's because it's pink. It's pink and it's cute. So everything's all glittery and like Yuski. So a Yuski is this adorable little pet. No, a Yusil. It's a Yusil is the pet's name, but Yuski was this Super Pop Dream Princess Barbie type character. She had all these little dolls, which I'm sure I passed somewhere. Or maybe I gave all my Yuski dolls to my sister, because I did forget to go up here and show you guys my sister's account. Her account was Stacey. Let's just go through the rest of these links, by the way. So these are my side accounts. Oh, it asked me to do Robot Kasha. Weird. Just to look at user lookups. Huh. Wonder why that is. Anyway. So this was my side account. These were a couple of them. And one of the side accounts I did have, unfortunately, it got what was called frozen, which is super sad. Where it's just, they freeze everything in the account. You can't get anything out of the account, and you can't access the account anymore, and it becomes what they call a frozen account. And I had, like I said, that account Loverly, and it got frozen. And I will tell you why. It was because I was on the Neo boards, and I was, that's where you can sort of freely talk, but they had like all these like rules of what you weren't supposed to talk about. And apparently I had crossed some sort of line and talked about something I wasn't supposed to talk about. And I will tell you, nowadays, it's funny because this is like super, our culture's changed even in the last 10, 12 years. At the time, just a decade ago, I was not talking about sex like they thought I was talking about sex. I was talking about gender. And I got frozen for discussing gender stereotypes and roles. So I feel like I was very unfairly frozen. So, hashtag unfreeze Loverly. I'm going to put that on the screen. Hashtag unfreeze Loverly. If you are a Neopet fan. Not that you can do much about it. I don't know. I don't think you can even, tweet Neopets. Hashtag unfreeze Loverly. She was talking about gender, not sex. Anyway, I don't think I ever talked about in action. I was talking about how one identifies as the sex they are. Anyway, or not, Anyway, long story short, that side account, sadly, is completely frozen. If I did this, for example, user, and I went Loverly, it will probably tell me this account's been frozen, you can't look at it, yada yada yada. Yeah, this account has been disabled. Super sad. Hashtag unfreeze Loverly. Yeah, so anyway, but these were my side accounts real fast. So I had that chat side, which again, so this was my least used side, but I did it, so there's nothing really to look at on the profile. This is see how these two accounts, the two sides basically have the same layout, and look to them. I put the same goals and wish lists for the most part. They're also both 10 years, so this is that badge I was talking about. This is pretty much the basic look. So like I was saying, this is what the look like, and this is what a user lookup looks like in general as a default versus, all this super stuff you can do to make it look different. And yeah, interestingly enough, these little wish lists were something I wanted on this, but could not fit because they did have a limit of how much you can customize. So I had to pull that off of this one, but it had it here. So these were the top 10 items I wanted forever. Because here's the other thing, a woodland unimorphing potion was my next goal. So you know how you could customize your Neopet to I don't know, look super adorable and had all those royal items I was showing you? Well, if you morphed or painted that pet again, you still got to keep those items, and you, like I said, still got to use it on that specific pet. So I wanted to, after doing Loverly into Royal, which this is the one item I think that I checked off, the one item check that I got out of all of these. Maybe the Strawberry Snow Bunny. I think I just got the plush though. But yeah, this one, and then I was gonna do Woodland because it makes the little it's one of the newest things, because they release new ones all the time. They probably have ones I don't even know exist now. But Woodland was awesome and adorable, and that's what your little Neopet would look like once you morph them into Woodland for the uni. That's what the uni looks like. And so then I could have this Woodland uni, but wearing all the royal clothes. So that's a super long, complicated explanation of why I wanted these items. And then a Yuski paintbrush for another pet. I don't even remember which one I was going to paint Yuski. that was for Georgia B. Shield of Fairyland, which is one of the most expensive fairy items in the game. A birthday Cadoti, which is another Neopet. Another Neopets pet. So I just thought it's adorable looking, super ultra rare to get because you can only get it through like a gift bag that's like $1 million and then or 1 million Neo points, and then it like only has like so much of a chance to get that. And then this is a cute little background, which obviously, see, very loverly of me, all the pink and Valentine's hearts. And then the fairy morphing potion, which it was for another animal. This adorable fairy Ixie is what I wanted. So had a goal of a Yuski Yusel and a fairy Ixie and a woodland uni. And the fairy queen doll, another super ultra rare item in the game. I had a fairy queen doll once to unlock the secret avatar, but that secret avatar was my I did something on the board which was borrowing it, so I returned it. I did not keep it, but I was able to have it in my inventory because that gives you one of the secret avatars, but I did that on my main account. And see, as you can see, this shows what was set as my Neo boards. So when we go to Neo boards, this was set on my profile, and I only had 7 items, but see how it says IC? That's because my user lookup was named C. And like, because all the lookups have to be unique, I was really super excited and just so proud of the fact that I was able to get a user lookup with only 3 characters, because it's really rare to be able to do that. So yeah, especially something that means something. So I was super happy that I got the little side, an account with only 3 characters, and also that avatar matches. And yeah, and then here's all my sad little Neopets. So these are all Neopets that I wanted to adopt out. So there's this little striped cheek, a fairy Techo, a rainbow Yusel, and a lightning, I think I want to call it, or an electric uni. So these are all the little pets that I had adopted from the shelter, zapped a bunch of times until they became what you can see here, and then I chucked them on this account to then adopt out, but I never did. So those are my pets. And then this one here is Shea Illy, and Shea Illy is just another side, because you can have up to 4 sides in a 1 main account. You can have 5 total accounts according to Neopets rules. So then this one here, which also have all these other links, because I got my cousins into it too. So this one here, also 10 years. I had a Neopet that matched to the name. Again, very basic. Did not paint or change Shea Illy at all. I probably, if I remember correctly, I was going to change Shea Illy to, I think, another royal. I wanted to do a royal, and I wanted my fiance's name with Illy. So my name's Shay, and then Illy stands for I love you. And I wanted my fiance's name with I love you, but that pet was already taken and on an abandoned account, so I'll never be able to have that. But I wanted a male royal and a female royal and a male royal for that, but I never did that either. And Evander's was another pet that I zapped until they became something that I wanted. Those are my side accounts. And this is my sister's side account, so I have to wait for this. What the heck? This is sucky that this has to be a thing now. I think that's also a gas station, right? I'm not missing any. Okay. I would cut that out, but I'm just too lazy to cut that out. Sorry, guys. This is my user lookup. So this is my sister, Stacey, and I also had my other sister, so I have 2 sisters, and that was Steph Illy. And we all made the account on the same day, back on April 1st, 2007, that we were all going to play this game together. Because I was so into it. I was like, hey, sisters, let's make each of us an account. So, and the cool thing was that we each kind of got our own name. Now, Stacey actually is Anastasia, because her name's Anastasia and we call her Stacy. So, Anastasia is her YouTube, and she also does a couple Sims videos if you're interested in those. That's what I primarily do on my YouTube. And I have her actually linked as one of my she's a linked channel on my YouTube page. But this is what she did for her user lookup. Yeah, so she apparently has been playing fairly regularly, so she did it. My other sister, Stephanie, she just abandoned her account the day after, like, we made it. She didn't ever get into it like we did. But Stacey, she apparently continues to, she's more current on this than I am, I guess, now. So she played 40 days ago, which still is like a month ago, but yeah. And she has those secret avatars. And this was her main Neopet. So we also were all able to make our own Neopet with the Neopet name as well. So super awesome. Super happy about that. And so yeah, that was a super fun day to do that together. What am I missing? The last thing I guess is my Neo home. That's what I wanted. I don't know how to get to my Neo home though. Oh, well I guess I was just finishing going through this. I thought I was done, but apparently I have more pages to go through. That's cute little floral cake, pink eraser, rainbow ink pad, a little polka dot harmonica, just totally random, red gummy hearts, sparkly Yusuke eyeshadow and lipstick. So all these kind of fun little things. Circlet of the Deep. I swear that's something I could even put in my thing. Discovered treasure chests. Those are fairly common. Probably worth a lot of money if I sold them, but not gonna do that. Wee Woo face powder. Yeah, a coin. So, yeah. Just a bunch of books. We're getting to the end because these are all things that were from a special event. So all these fun sparkly eggs. Like, you can't really do anything with them aside from chuck them in here, honestly. They just say they're gifts. There's not much to them, but they are really pretty. They might be valuable now, who knows. And then some other things that were all from special events. Yeah, I also got a lot of these. I don't know why. I was planning on selling them. And then here's these trick-or-treat bags. Like I said, you could open these, but there's a rare chance that you'll get something good. More likely, you'll get something worse than what it's worth, so you can just keep it as is. It's up to you. Yeah. Is that it? No, I have more. Wow. Surprised how much more I have in here. There's another goodie bags. 15th birthday celebration goodie bag. Forgot I had that. Yeah, I have a lot of goodie bags I've never opened. That's funny. Wow. Awesome. Who knew? 16th birthday celebration. When was this made? I don't know. There is also some websites that I can either leave in the link, like, description or something, but I'm not going to go visit them because they're not mine, and I don't want to, like, step on some people's toes if they don't want me to make a video about their website that they've made because they're fan-made, but I can link to them. There was, like, Sunny Neo and a few others. One that was really good that had a whole catalog of every single item and what it was worth, when it was released, all kinds of good stuff like that. But yeah, this is coming to an end. I mean, like I said, I'm hitting that 1.5 hour mark that I'm shocked I mean, at some point I'm probably gonna run out of space for recording this. But so where do I go to my Neo home? Cause that Neo board, I want my Neo home. That was the only thing that I really wanted to, the last thing I wanted to show off, because the rest is like site stuff you can explore on your own if you're actually, this video made you interested in playing this. It is a lot of fun. There's games that you can play. There's all kinds of games. Yeah, they did take out Key Quest. Super sad. That Key Quest used to be one of these things that you could click on. So this is the new type of Neo home. Don't tell me they deleted my Neo home. No, classic Neo home. Yeah. Is my classic Neo home still there? Cause, no. Okay, good. Phew. So they didn't demolish my home, because I spent a lot of Neo points on this too. So when you first back when you could, you can't do a classic Neo home anymore, but back when you could create your Neo home, you got to choose where you would put it. And so I put mine in Main Street, which is why they gave me like a Main Street type of address, but really there was like all kinds. I wish I had picked like Fairyland, so I'd have like a fairy related address. But that was my little address, and each of those are unique with the numbers and, you know, the street in Neopets Central. Yeah, the main hub place. But I wish I had picked Fairyland in retrospect. Yeah, and I apparently constructed 28 rooms. Where do I go to view? Yeah, this is one thing. Like, sell. I don't want to sell. Extend, add items, list items, modification, explore neighborhood. Oh, there's even a modification history. I didn't even know that. Goes into everything you did. But I wanted to just view. Is that main, or is that where we were? Yeah. I guess arrange furniture. So this is what my little Neo home looked like. So this bottom floor, there's up to 3 floors you can do, and up to, let's see, 5, right? By 5 tiles. So 25 tiles are filled out on my ground floor. All max of 25 tiles. So you got up to 75 tiles to work with in making your Neo home however you want. And then this is my floor 1, and then I have nothing on. So there's no, like, quote unquote 3rd floor. I don't know why they just called it. I don't know why they did it this way. This should be floor 2 and this should be floor 3, but, you know, whatever. But again, as my theme, I wanted to go with everything was made out of candy and chocolate and food and yumminess. So I did garden all around. So each of those I had to designate as gardens. And then these were the 4 central jelly rooms. These were the 2 chocolate rooms. And these were the 3 white chocolate rooms. And you used to be able, I thought, to hover over and tell you what it was, but maybe I'm just imagining that. But this is what my home looked like. So, oh, and see how you can move things. So obviously some things were not. You can lock it in position, save. So that, like I said, this is a classic version. Thank goodness they didn't completely get rid of the classic version, because they could have, and I would have been super sad because I spent forever on it. But because they would award you, like, again, you could submit basically anything you can think of on this website had an award-based trophy system for it. So, you know, I did not do, like, barely scratch the surface of this website compared to what some other people were able to do on this website. But, yeah, I was working toward trying to submit my home. So in this little room here, oh, this is the center room. I shouldn't have clicked on the center, but this little room is the chocolate living room. Well, I guess I also have a chocolate bed in there, but so a couple couches, a rug, a lamp, a couple end tables to make up the chocolatiness. For some reason, also have a donut beanbag in the corner, And also I have this little cloud stairs because the cloud stairs went up to, this is the middle stair. Let's see if going back works. Yeah, so this is that middle room I just clicked on. If I did floor 1, and they each, I was able to name them too. I don't know why the names aren't showing up. That's why none of these rooms are connected, because these rooms were the last added, but I had only originally planned to do just this one, because that would stop me, I think, at 25 or 26. Yeah, 26 rooms. This one was the room I had made for Loverly. Yeah, so it's still basically here. No, I did remove a lot of, dang it, I did remove a lot of items. I think I probably sold them. I had, like I said, that dresser and table, and like the full bed, and like a dresser, all underwater themed, but I guess I took them out because I was like, well, she's not really underwater anymore. So this is what remains of the room, of the original room, was I was doing. See how this toy box works, and it matches the sunny yellow striped toy couch, but remember I wanted that's where that is, little rubber ducky toy box. But remember I wanted the striped pink toy box there, but that didn't work. So anyway, this is a little speaker. It actually plays music. I'm not gonna play it, or don't want to play it, but yeah. And some stained glass windows around the edge. So you know, now it's actually empty, but at the time when I had been applying to adopt Loverly here, it was completely decked out, which was another thing that I talked about in order to like go, hey, I really, really want to adopt this pet. I made this entire bedroom for them. So yeah. And so that's the Loverly one. I don't even know if there's anything in these top rooms. Probably not. Oh, yeah, here we go. Yeah. This was going to be the rainbow room. I forgot about that. So this, actually, here, let's put it together. See, I am playing. Yay. Everything's obviously stuck in the corner, but you can move them around like this. I don't even know what some of this is. This is not going to be perfect by any means. There's a little rainbow toaster. So obviously it was, oh, this is like a lava lamp top view. So the issue obviously with this classic Neo Home version is that you know, it's pretty rudimentary. You gotta rotate, and it's only top view. So the cool thing is that the new version of a Neo Home is isometric view, so you can see the items a lot clearer. However, the sad part about that then becomes that you don't really, oh my gosh, this is tiny. This is not supposed to be that small. There's a lot of glitches with this old Neopet room too, by the way, which again is the reason why if you sign up today, you know, you are not allowed to have a classic Neo Home anymore. This is just something from the old people like myself who made their account 12 years ago. And they at least gave you the option to keep this, but they were also like, hey, you can only have one or the other. You can either have a new one or an old one, but you can't have both. So let's just, yeah, so let's just say this room. So this was like the bathtub, sink, toilet I got, the little rug and couch, a bed, and a lava lamp, and I don't know what these are. This is a stained glass window. This is a, I think, fridge, toaster. Oh, rainbow wardrobe. Okay. Well, I think there was a fridge too. Let's just put this over here. And I just got a warning that I'm running out of space recording because I've been recording so long. Oh yeah, fireplace too. Anyway, this is what's in that room. Okay, I totally forgot I was making a rainbow room. That's cool. And then what's in this jelly room? Oh, a bunch of dung stuff. That's right. So I did a dung theme because my fiance thought the dung stuff was hilarious. And so I decided to make him a dung room. And dung is basically what it sounds like. It's icky. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. I put it in a jelly room because, you know, why not? Gross, right? Oh, don't want news page. I wanted to go back to ground floor. So I'm not going to go into my gardens because they're not really great. I had a few gardening items in them. They were each named like different gardens. Like I think the corners were each of the seasons and stuff. I'm just going to finish going through the Neo home and then I'm going to wrap up because I'm going to get kicked out pretty soon. This was a jelly room. This one, yeah, I didn't do that one yet. This one was, I guess, I was trying to do a jelly bathroom, but didn't get very far. Just had the jelly toilet. Apparently just an indoor merry-go-round in this one. That's fun. Totally forgot about that. Already went to that one. So then these are the chocolate rooms. I think one's the kitchen, one's the dining room, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this one is the kitchen. Got a bunch of fairy kitchen items in there and some ice cream machine posters and fun stuff like that. You can pause if you want to look at any of those items in more detail. And then this was my very fancy chocolate and donut dining room. So I had my donut chair. Again, really wish the donut tables worked, but I still don't think they work. Chocolate rug, so then I had to use chocolate table instead, and fireplace because you know you need 4 fireplaces to melt all your chocolate donut stuff. And then these little pie plates as little decoration on the mantles of each fireplace, and these little scented flowers. So I was really, this is the room that's basically complete. I was really proud of that one. Every other room, like I could definitely add other stuff. Okay, this was supposed to be a star like sunroom, and got some other stuff in here. I don't really know why. I don't know where I was going with some of this. It's obviously totally incomplete, but you know. And then one of the rooms was supposed to be for me, so this was my room. Sweet Tooth Fairy's room was all this super fairy stuff. This looks interesting, but it's this thing, an L-shaped sofa. So we got the bed, a poster, fairy, like the I love this. So we had the a desk, but I made it into, using a mirror, I made it into this little vanity with the chair. Love that. And then yeah, so this was supposed to be my Sweet Tooth Fairy character room. And last but totally probably least, I don't remember what was in here. Oh yeah, then I also had an ensuite. That's right. I had my Sweet Tooth Fairy also got a little bathroom, and I have the bathtub, the sink. I didn't manage to get the toilet. I bet there's a toilet though. Some perfume and some fun stuff. Random merry-go-round statue. So a little toothbrush thing that you put in there, and then Sweet Tooth Fairy stuff. So that's my little bathroom. So yeah, that's my Neo home. I was super proud of my Neo home. Like I said, I was trying to fill out all the gardens, and I was so close to finishing it, and I just never did, and then I never submitted it to the Neo home contest. But that was my goal, was to submit it to a Neo home contest. So yeah, I think that's about gonna wrap it up. By the way, Fairy Bubbles, another one of my favorite games. So yeah, so that covers literally just the basics of Neopets. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this whole entire video. If you got this far, I can't believe that. That's amazing. But like I said, most likely this is just going to be a little video for me to reminisce on and look back fondly on, so that if Neopets does go down in the future, I can be like, yeah, this was a part of my childhood. This was a part of my young adulthood, honestly, and it has such a fond place in my heart. So even though I probably won't really continue playing it ever again, I wanted to kind of document the whole thing and be like, this is what I did, and I spent countless hours doing it, so might as well show it off a little bit. But like I said, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and all that jazz. But until next time, I hope you guys have a lovely day.